is the players, right? And the huge banks that I talked about, this is what we call the FX dealers. They're on the top. Now, other participants can't just go and trade with them. They can't go and get on this order book and say, I'm going to buy at this price, I'm going to sell, because they're too small, right? They're not going to accept them. If you want to trade, you have to go through one of them. Okay? So, the second level here is other big participants, and these could include other banks, right? So local banks that you know of, large companies, hedge funds, very big participants. Okay. And these guys would go through one of them. They can go through, let's say, HSBC, or they can go through JP Morgan. They can go through one of these dealers. Now, where are you? You're still not at this level, because this is still huge money. Okay. Now, there's another level here, and this is the level you're going to go through. You have Forex brokers and retail ECNs. We can just call this brokers. Okay. And I'm going to talk more about brokers in general in the next section, or in a few sections maybe. But these are going to be people who take care of getting an execution for you, right? So you have to go through them. So a broker here is going to be going through one of these banks, which this bank is going to be going through one of these FX dealers. Okay. So like there's a few steps here, and you have to open an account with one of these brokers. It's like when you buy a house, you get a broker, and the broker is responsible to get you the house that you want. Same thing in Forex. Or in stocks, you want to buy a stock. You open an account with a broker, and the broker, you give him your order, what you want to buy, and he tries to get you executed on that. Same thing. You want to buy, pesos. You want to trade that. Well, you open an account with one of those brokers, and you send your order. Now, what the broker is going to do, there's a bunch of different types of brokers, which we'll talk about later. He'll either take your order, batch it with other traders, and because otherwise you guys are too small, right? And send it over as a larger order. So it gets accepted. He has a deal with one of these other banks, and this other bank gets it executed, and you get your fill. Now, some other brokers take the trade against you. So you want to buy it, they'll sell it to you right away, right? But then as soon as they sell it to you, they might hedge their order by buying it from another bigger bank, and they're going to have their own rules. They might be able to hold some risk. They might only hedge their risk if they have exposure to one currency way too much. But what you need to know is that basically you're going to have to open an account with a broker, and your level is like way down there, right? So you're going through multiple people to get your execution. We'll talk more about brokers later, so you know which broker you should open an account with, because they don't all have your interest in mind. Some of them just want to make money off of you, and that's it. But we'll talk about that later. But this is really the structure, and now you know where you are within it. So it's time to get into the terminology here, because to be moving forward, we're going to be using some, trading jargon or Forex terminology. So you need to know it for us to, advance and look at brokers and look at charting and all of that nice stuff. Okay. So these are some words we're going to be using often. So spot price. What is the spot price? Or you might hear, this is just the current price of a currency pair, right? So when I went on Google earlier, or if I go on a charting software and you see the price, this is the spot price. This is the current price, the last executed trade, right? The last transaction that happened on that broker is going to be the spot price there. Okay. So, then we have the order book, the bid price, the ask price, and the spread. And I think the best way to explain this here is through a little example. So the order book, okay, is going to be basically, I'll put it here, order book. Okay. This is going to be the book with all the buyers and all the sellers. So let's say you want to buy, and let's keep with the USD to Mexican peso example. Well, you'll have the buyers. So people who want to buy Mexican pesos with USD. So let's say somebody wants to buy, at 20 pesos per US dollar, okay? Well, somebody else wants to buy at 19. Maybe somebody else wants at 18.50, right? There's a bunch of buyers. And this is the price. There's going to be a quantity too as well, but let's just assume there's just the price for now. And then you have sellers as well, right? And sellers, somebody might want to sell at 21. Somebody else might want to sell at 21.50. Somebody else might want at 21.99. Somebody else at 25. So here you have the buyers, and here you have the sellers. Okay, so we have buyers and sellers. Now, what we're going to call this is the order book, because it has all the orders